Hey guys, Troy with Mountain Man Treasure here. I am back in town, I am back in the shop, and we are back on track with YouTube videos. Apologies for being so slow getting stuff updated, but I had a really good excuse. I was up actually in Butte. That's another city here in Montana, the mining city. Looking up very cool history. But this last weekend, we had the state Special Olympics basketball tournament there, and I coach a team from here in town. Have for the last couple of years anyway, and really rewarding experience. Fantastic. I was gonna put it at the end of this video, but I think it's gonna make this video really too long, so I think I'll just make a special video and post that up here in a little bit. I shot a few clips of the tournament here and there, so I think I'm gonna put together a little video and just show you some sights and sounds of the state tournament. That might be kind of fun. But jumping into eBay real quick, I'll show you a couple things that sold. One last night and then one this morning. And then what we're going to do is jump in the Wayback Machine. I'm going to do a screen share with you and show you what sold over the last few days while I was out. So it's working in reverse a little bit, but I think that's the best way to catch up. Okay, so the first thing that sold, this sold overnight, actually not overnight, it sold last night, it sold in the evening. I picked this up at an estate sale. We've talked about that estate sale before. I picked up a box of DVDs mostly, a couple of video games in there, a VHS tape. You saw that there. I can talk. You saw that sold in the last video, that Godzilla tape, right? That just under 20 bucks. This one, an old, look for big box games, guys. Not all of them, just like anything, not all of them are going to be worth money. But a lot of big box PC games, especially if they come with the big box, worth some big money. If they're brand new sealed, they can be worth a lot of money. This brand new sealed sold, I think it was last week, for somewhere around $280, believe it or not. An old computer game from the mid-90s. I don't know. There's collectors for everything, though, right? This one I posted last night. The box is in pretty decent condition. It's got the manual in it. It's got the CD. Doesn't look like it was ever played. Has the inserts, all of that. It's missing one of the original pieces of paperwork with it. It came with some sort of journal or something. It's missing that, but everything else is here. Posted it for $39.97 last night. Within about 30 minutes, got an offer for 30 bucks. I could have pushed back a little higher, but I thought, you know what? I just posted this. We're in this for about 25 cents. So I shot back an offer for 35 bucks, and they took it. So this was posted for about 30-40 minutes before it went. So keep an eye out for this. Big box games, very good. Warcraft, Orcs and Humans. There's actually multiple Warcraft. We have one other one. Warcraft 2 is also up for sale right now. I got that one in that deal too. Warcraft 2 with the manual and the expansion disc. I don't have the box for that, unfortunately, so it's going to sit around for longer, but it's probably going to go for about 20-25 bucks, I'm guessing. Okay, and then the other thing that sold, again, from that estate sale box. Don't ignore old media. Just because it's DVDs, everything's streaming. Guess what? Not everything is streaming. Not everybody has streaming. Again, not everything worth money when it comes to DVDs, but some stuff is. And at 25 cents a piece, I was willing to take a shot that some of these Power Rangers were worth money. We got a whole bunch of Power Rangers movies, got a bunch of WWE movies. I've already sold some of those you've seen. This one, it's not directly Power Rangers. This is Beetleborgs, but it's made by Saban. It's the same guy that makes the Power Rangers. It's basically the same thing, right? Same story, different costumes. This is the complete series. It's a 3 DVD set in each of these cases. So 9 DVDs here. Season 1, Volume 1, Volume 2, and then Season 2. It only lasted 2 seasons. Put this up. Actually, put a 10% sale on this morning, and these went very quickly after for just under $32 plus shipping. So the buyer is about $33, $34 in on this. And again, we are 75 cents in on these, so fantastic turnaround. Okay, so with that, that's what's sold right now. We might come back at the end of the video if anything sells the rest of the evening, but right now we're going to jump to the screen share and I'll show you what sold over the weekend. Jumping back in, we're going back in time. We're going to look at what happened over the weekend while I was gone. My lovely wife taking care of the packing for these things. She's fantastic. She is a bookkeeper extraordinaire. I typically take care of the actual buying, posting, selling thing, and she takes care of the numbers. But I was gone, and she stepped up to the plate, knocked it out. Really appreciate her helping out while I was gone, and the miracles of technology, able to turn on the FaceTime and walk her through everything, make sure we got everything taken care of the right way. Really, really cool. But yeah, thanks, babe. You killed it this weekend while I was out. First thing that sold, ironically, you saw it before, one of these red carpet runners. Again, we picked two of these up. They were free. A guy giving a bunch of stuff away, mostly like homeschool books, which we made a killing off of some of those actually. But these, I saw them, they were new in package, so picked them up, got home. Really not worth that much, honestly. And somebody out there is selling a ton of them. Like they've got a massive quantity. So whenever they sell, they were buying from these folks. I just undercut them on price. I had two, and figured I'd let them sit. They were actually just sitting in the bat bag with my bats and golf clubs and stuff like that. Just sold one last week after months of sitting, and now the other one sold. So I don't know, eBay, the algorithm, or what it's weird, right? But $11.77 out the door, free shipping, so not much made on it, but it cost us nothing. So it's $5-6 in our pocket. So that was cool. These super cool. Picked these up for about $12 from a local thrift store. I just really liked the look. They had a cool look. They're Nike. They're vintage. It's dead stock. They were never used. You can see these are super, super clean. There's really no discoloration. They just look really, really cool. And so I knew, even though there were no listed, there were no sold, of course, nothing on Terapeak. Couldn't find anything on this particular shoe. Found some kind of similar older Nikes, but it just took a guess that these were going to be worth something, especially with Christmas coming up. Somebody was going to want these potentially under the tree, right? So picked them up, and they sat for a little bit. I mean, you are waiting for a special customer. Somebody actually sent me an offer of $85, and I was thinking, you know what? I'm good with that. I was literally picking up my phone to accept the offer. The offer had been in for about 5 minutes when somebody swooped in and bought it full price. So we were literally seconds away from missing out on about $10 there. But either one of them would have been good. But yeah, these sold for full price, $94.99 plus shipping. They paid like $11 shipping, so the buyer is $105 all in on these Nike soccer cleats. So if you see vintage cleats, it might be worth it if you can get them at a good price. We actually sold another pair of vintage cleats, a different one, a little while ago, and I've got a counter offer out today on another different pair. So I guess that means the two that I have that aren't listed probably ought to get listed pretty quick. The massagers, they sell really well, guys. If you see them, if they're a good price and they work, always check them. I picked up a few early on, getting excited seeing them, picked them up, got them home, realized some of the functions on them didn't work, and so they were trash. This one is a really good one, and I got this one for free at a sale. Actually swung a deal on some artwork and an art book and everything else. She cut like $25 off of it, and then I said, you know what, I'll do that price if you throw in this hand massager. And she said, done. I knew at the time, they had $2 or $3 on it. I knew at the time that this one sold. I looked up the comps real quick while I was there. It's just a basic wand hand massager. Homedics is a brand to look for. So keep an eye out for this thing. We didn't make a ton on it. You know, it was $24.97, $25, basically free shipping. So we didn't make a ton. It was like $7. It went out to Portland, Oregon, so not very far from here.
But yeah, it made what, $15 or something like that. After taxes, after fees, all that, we probably made $12 or so. So that's a good little deal. Okay, now this one, I've mentioned the estate sale, and it's going to keep coming up. You saw before we jumped into the rewind, we sold something from that estate sale. I am continuing to sell things from that estate sale. This is another one. This was in that box of $12 DVDs that I got. Everything in there. There was 40 plus in there. We're in these about a quarter a piece, right? So this went out the door for $24.77, free shipping, but it's media mail, so $2.75. But for WWE fans, I mean, we got Hulk Hogan going on here. We've got Jake the Snake. We've got a lot of cool stuff in these. The Undertaker. These are cool old WrestleMania DVDs. This one from 1992. You can't get these everywhere. There's not that many of them out there. So if you see WWE stuff, old WrestleMania stuff, pick it up, especially if it's cheap. I mean, again, we're a quarter into this. I did the math earlier today. We're already over $100 in profit on that $12 box, and we've got lots more to go. We're going to make hundreds of dollars off of a box of old DVDs. This one, again, I guess media. This is an old computer game. Got this at Goodwill, paid 99 cents for this, and it turns out it's a pretty rare game, and it only lasted about 3 weeks. Went out the door for $14.97. Video games do not qualify as media mail, so they do have to go out as first class. It weighs nothing, right? A few ounces, so you're looking at like once packaged, maybe 5 ounces. So I believe this cost, it was under $4 to send out. So very cool game. Keep an eye out for Alice, American McGee's Alice. It's a really cool game. It's sort of a dark Alice in Wonderland game. Okay, this one, once again, media. We did really well with media this weekend. This is The Animals, the best of the Animals. It's a cassette tape. This was an estate sale find. I'm not sure exactly how much we are into it because it was just kind of thrown in with a whole pile of stuff. If I had to guess, we're probably about a quarter into this one as well. Really cool cassette in fantastic condition. The case is good. There's no cracks. The inlay is good. Yeah, $15.47 out the door. This one also media mail, so super cheap to ship. Okay, I'm back. Dog wanted out. Funko Pops. So this was part of a big Funko Pop buy. I did the biggest buy that I've ever done. I don't know if I'll do another one anytime soon. Not because it was bad. We've already more than doubled our money, but just I don't know that opportunities like that come around very often. A guy was getting shipped out. He was actually going to Poland. He was with the Army National Guard, and had a bunch of collectible Funko Pop type stuff that he wanted to get rid of because he was trying to clear out his storage locker. And so ended up paying $500 for an awful lot of Funko Pops. Some of them worth quite a bit. Many of them not worth a ton. Like this one, it's fairly common, and so it sat around for a little bit, a few months now, but out the door for $11.99, free shipping. So not a lot made on that one, but like I said, we are already well into the profits on this Funko Pops. I love selling them now. I'll show you a little bit here in a bit. I sold some more this weekend. If you can get them at a good price, you can make some money on them. I've got packing them down to a science now. It's actually very easy to package them safely. And yeah, I mean, I love selling Funko Pops. Easy to list, easy to ship. Very, very cool money. Not all of them, like anything, like the cassette tapes, like the video games, like DVDs. You got to look them up because many of them don't hold much value at all. But if you find the right ones, you can make some good money. Garfield. We picked this guy up. We had a lot going on this day. I had some stuff that I was doing with my daughter. We could only hit, we hit one garage sale actually just on the way home from something that we were at. and picked up like 3 little things, but this was one of them. A Garfield plush. He only wanted a quarter for it. Old vintage Garfield stuff can be collectible. Now, the ones that are worth the most are when Garfield is doing something, right? It's in terms of he's dressed up like somebody. He's dressed up like the mailman. He's dressed up like he's going to the beach. Whatever it is, those are the ones that tend to be worth more. Or you can find the little suction cup ones where he sticks to the window. People still want those. But this was just a little, he sits down on the shelf plush, but in very, very good condition. So for a quarter, I jumped at that and picked him up, and he sat for about a month, but went out to Los Angeles and just put him in an 8x6x4 box. I know some people put plushes in poly mailers. I don't really like doing that. I want to protect my stuff. I want it to show up where people go, okay, wow, they actually really took care of this. And I think that's why we get good feedback. We get good feedback on shipping time. We get good feedback on the quality of our packaging and the quality of our products. And those are the 3 things that I strive for. And I think that helps. So just dropped him in a box. It didn't cost really but a few pennies more ultimately. And shipped him out to Los Angeles. So $12.97 plus they paid shipping. So that was a good little flip. Again, media. Picked this up at Goodwill for $1.49. This is a really good one. If you can find one new and sealed, I can't remember now what the comps are, but they're very high for Cadillac Records. I mean, but when you look at it, I mean, there's Beyonce, Adrian Brody, Jeffrey Wright. There's a lot of good music on here, but it's just a motion picture soundtrack. A lot of times the soundtracks do carry pretty decent value. So keep an eye on soundtracks. Okay, we're back. Again, the dog wanted back in. The hazards of living in Montana when I think right now it's 12 degrees. So can't have that door open. In and out all day long. Okay, this one. Pretty good. I've held on to it for a while. I feel like, I don't know if it's because the market is saturated or if just it's taken a downturn, but Harley is down a little bit. It used to be, it seems like t-shirts would move really, really fast. Now, not so much. Even cool ones kind of sit around for a little while. And I thought this one was pretty nice. This one, a Harley shirt from Maui. It's got a pretty cool graphic on the front. It's in a really very good shape. Short sleeve. It's the black. Black tends to sell fairly well as long as it's got a cool design on it. I don't know. It sat around for a while. I had it priced a little bit higher, but yeah, I got an offer from an international buyer for $36.50. That's euros. You can see there that's approximately $40.23, and I took it because it's only $15.95. I think this came into once packaged 10 ounces. So it's over the half-pound rate, just barely, unfortunately, so you got to pay for the full pound rate, simple export shipping through pirate ship. But it went out for $15.95. So you're still making pretty good profit on that. So $40 all in for a Harley shirt. I believe this went to somewhere in Germany. So if you're not selling internationally, guys, I know a lot of people sell through the global shipping program. And I sold through that for a long time. Finally decided to take the step into selling direct international. It's really not that hard. There's not that much more involved in it. And I make a lot more sales because of having international shipping turned on. So, something to think about. All right, I mentioned Funko Pops. Now we're getting into the Funko section of the weekend. We already had one. Now this guy, this was an accident. I went into Hobby Lobby. I had to pick up a frame and was actually just walking back to pick up a frame and noticed, wait, they have Funko Pops here. So I kind of scanned down the shelf, and there was some okay ones. Now, they charge $12.99 for their Funko Pops. So unless they've got a really high value or an exclusive, which I don't know that they get exclusives, it's going to be rare probably that you'll find some sort of fantastic one there. though it does seem they had some older ones there. So there is the potential that one just got lost back in a corner and sat there for a while, nobody bought it, and you can find it. So take a look there if you like to do any retail arbitrage. But scanned through them and found this guy, Ham, from The Sandlot. Fantastic movie if you haven't seen it. Even with the box damage, and I disclosed that. I mean, you can see here I put it in the listing, shelfware on box. I think this did sit on the shelf for a while. It got banged around because there were a little bit of scratching on the box, some dings. You can see here on the edge. Well, there we go. You can see on the left corner there. It's not pristine, and that's how Funko Pop people like their stuff. There's some nicks there at the corners. It's not real clean. But this is a rare pop. This one is apparently fairly hard to find. In good condition, this would have been worth a little bit more. But as it is, I actually had it up for about $21. He sent me an offer basically to get the free shipping. He sent me about $5, $6 off of what my price was. So I accepted that because you can get, if you download the app from Hobby Lobby, you can get 40% off a single item. So it was $12.99, but I had the 40% off, so I got it for $7.79, something like that. So yeah, that was a pretty good deal. Essentially, we doubled our money on this guy, and I only had this for a couple days. It went. I got this on, I think, Monday, and it sold on Saturday. So it did not last very long at all. So keep an eye out for Ham. Okay, and now something to show you to sort of round out our sales. We ventured into Mercari here in the last couple months, and so far so good. I'm cross-posting a few things. Some things I'm just putting on there. I'm still trying to feel out exactly. I know how the system works, but I don't know what the customers there look for yet. The pricing is different. The customers are different, so I'm still trying to feel it out. But doing pretty well. This is one that we cross-posted. We had a Patagonia quarter zip pullover. I picked this one up about 3 weeks ago on a road trip. Stopped in a Goodwill. Ended up paying $6.99 for this is what it was. So a little high, but it's Patagonia, and it was in fantastic condition, so I was pretty sure it would sell. It had some watchers on eBay. It picked up, you can see 6 likes here on Mercari, and ultimately sold. $34 is what we sold it for. Okay, and then more Funko Pop. This, a retail arbitrage find. Grabbed this guy at Walmart. If you see him, at least, you know, on eBay, it wasn't moving. Mercari, it's actually pretty hot. They're selling really, really well. Post Malone. It's the Funko Pop Rocks line. You know, they have the television, they have the movies, they have different lines. But yeah, if you can find Post Malone, I picked up 3 of these guys. Nothing really happening on eBay, but on Mercari, I sold one and then put another one up, and about 4 hours later sold that one. So this one sold for $19. We're going to basically double our money off of this one, picking this one up at Walmart. I think it was $8.48 to grab this guy. So this one sold for $19, and then immediately went and posted another one and put it up a little higher. Thought, well, let's try it for $20. That one sold too. So very cool. I've got one more left on there. It's a little bit different though, because actually he is in the box upside down. It was some sort of error. So I have it listed a little bit higher. We'll see what happens. I had to grab that one just because it was different. Some people like the goofy error ones. So we'll see if Upside Down Post Malone sells. But so far, the 2 regular ones that we had were 2 for $2. So not bad.
Okay, guys, so that's what sold over the weekend. Once again, thanks to my lovely wife for helping me out. She is fully invested in this, and I absolutely appreciate her. That's all we're going to put on this one. There may be a few more things that sell today here on Monday on Veterans Day, but we're going to take the rest of the YouTube day off. I'll catch you up on the rest of those if anything sells. We'll put that on tomorrow's video, where I'm going to try to put together that Special Olympics basketball footage as well. So look forward to that tomorrow. For now, we'll see you.